Happy Sunday, everybody. I'm Lauren Drake. This is the Soul Indulgent Show, and I want to talk to you about something so important today, and it is how to access your biggest hidden resource to help you live a happy life. Now, before we go into it, I want to talk about happiness in general. I want to talk about what it means to really be happy. And so often we treat happiness like these fleeting moments, right? I'll be happy when I get a new car, or I'll be happy when I get a new relationship, or I'll be happy when, and we put our happiness on the other side of these goalposts. But that deprives us of the truth about happiness, is that it is a state of being. Happiness gets to be an experience of how you live your life. And that's what I'm here to teach, and that's what I'm here to preach, is that we can access this happiness right now. We don't have to wait for all of these external things to show up. We get to focus on how to bring true happiness to ourselves in the present and into our lives. That way, no matter what job we have, no matter what relationship we're in, no matter what car we're driving, we get to be happy. So you have a hidden resource that is the greatest hidden resource to get you there. And if you're watching this, I want you to guess what it is. I want you to hashtag live, hashtag replay. Let me know what you think your biggest hidden resources to tapping into this life of happiness. So I'm going to give a pause, and while I give you space to type that out, to really think about it, throw it in the comments, and I'll check the comments later because I'm doing this on my phone, and sometimes they don't pop up, or I get a little distracted if I try to look at them. I'm going to tell you about a special event that I'm hosting. So starting tomorrow, I have a live, free 4-day event where we are going to tap into our greatness. We are tapping into what our unique legend blueprint is. We are tapping into what exactly are we called to do, right? And this has to do with our happiness. And I think that our happiness is so undervalued in our society, right? And for those of you who've been watching me for a while, following me for some time, you know that I'm a former therapist, and in the therapist community, I almost felt like it was like taboo to want to be happy, right? But that's because we were treating happiness as these like fleeting moments, right? That we were putting on the other side of these goalposts. But really finding out what makes you happy and what allows you to maintain that sense of calm and peace that gets to be a pervasive happiness with your life, that is what changes the world. When we each tap into that for ourselves and we find the courage to follow the life that we're being called to live, that raises the vibration of the whole planet. That helps everybody step into their radiance because they get to be empowered by us. They see us living the lives that light us up, and they say, well, oh, I guess that's possible. They see us advocating for the things that make us happy, and they think, well, gosh, I want in on that too. And so this is how we start a movement. This is how we change the world. So I want you to join me for this group. I want you to join me for this event. It's a 4-day event. It's free. Shoot me a message if you want in, or type it in the comments and I'll give you the link to register. And I'm now going to tell you what our biggest hidden resource is to living that life of happiness. Are you ready? It's your energy. It is the energy that is flowing through your body. The whole world is energy, right? Like our bodies are energy, everything, right? Like I've got coffee here. My coffee is energy. The walls of my house are energy. These plants are energy. we see with our eyes less than 1% of all of the different waves and frequencies that are going on in the world. And we see matter, right? Like matter, and we think, oh, this is, this is the stuff that's real, right? When we know that there are these other waves, because we know that there's microwaves that can heat our food. We know that there are X-rays that can, take cool pictures of our bodies. We only see these little teeny fragments of it. But we have that energy, and we have that energy in our systems. And I want you, so it's your biggest hidden resource for two reasons. One is that it's hidden, right? You're not seeing your energy. Two is that we aren't treating it like it's our biggest resource. And we need to learn to do this. When I learned to tap into my energy and things that energized me versus things that depleted me, it changed my life. It's such a small decision. But now if I'm trying to register for something online, or I just tried to sign up for this like product that I thought was going to, help my business, and it wouldn't take my credit card, and I was felt myself getting frustrated. I paused. I was like, I'm not going to put my precious energy, force it into this system. And so many of us, that's how we've been taught to live. We have been reared in this society that values hard work and effort, but then at the end of the day, we're exhausted and we don't have the stamina to put our hearts into the things that really matter. And so then we're tired, we're not living the lives we want to live. And you know what? I know for me, that makes me grumpy. And so then we probably show up a little bit more grumpy. And that is exactly the thing that isn't serving us. And so when we learn to tap into our energy, and not just tap into it, but honor it, right? Like honor our energy. When we want to do something, that's a thing that's going to energize us. That's going to help raise our energy levels, versus being forced to do things that we don't want to do that just deplete us. They sap us. They almost like compress ourselves. And we know out of the field of quantum mechanics now that that's actually what happens with DNA. They took DNA that was from like a brand new baby's umbilical cord. So like brand new DNA, purest of the pure. It's like encased in all these different layers, right? The very center of the DNA. And they had people who were trained in meditation be near that DNA. And when they focused on love and happiness and gratitude, that DNA grew and started like splitting, like it was going to divide, like it was going to replicate. When they focused the same people, when they focused on the emotions of being frustrated and angry and that kind of closed off feeling that we feel when we're like depleted and have to do things we don't want to do, the DNA crumpled. It turned in on itself. The same, I don't know if you can see it, like I'm hunching my shoulders, right? Like that same sense, right? So we can now see this from science, right? The same thing that we have known to be true in our bodies. And so I want to challenge you to pay attention to your energy and to nurture it, to honor it, to know what helps it, what lights it up, what helps it expand, right? Is it being outside, going on a hike, taking a bath, calling a friend, right? Like what are the things that are really going to nourish and replenish that energy so that you have the reserves to put yourself out in the world and do the things that you want to do? Because I will tell you right now, if we keep going the way that we've been going, where people are living lives that they don't want to live, and people have no energy to follow the things that they want to follow, the world is not going to change. But just by learning to tap into our energy, by learning to honor our energy, by learning to find the things that allow it to flourish, that's what inspires us, right? That's what inspires us to do the things that we want to do to change the world. And there are people in the world right now with amazing ideas, and they want to follow these ideas so that we can all live a more peaceful, happy planet, right? There's people who are trying to revolutionize what we do with our garbage and how we recycle and what kind of vehicles we drive and how we communicate with each other and what we know about the brain and goodness, like this past year, right? Like solving COVID, like there's all kinds of people who want to do these things in the world that make lasting impact, but we need energy to do it. And so if every person said, I'm going to start honoring my energy, I'm going to start paying attention to the things that energize me, I'm going to start doing more of the things that lift me up, then we radiate at a higher frequency. We shine light in places that we didn't know we could shine light before. And then the world all gets to take a collective breath and know that we're in a new time, we're in a new course, we're on a new trajectory toward actually creating a sustainable world. That's a world that we want to be a part of. And I want to be a part of that. And so I want you to join me this next week. Please, please. It is going to be a really, really fun, heartfelt, soul-touching, expanding experience. It's going to be 4 days. It's free. It's for everyone in the world. We have people from all over the world in there already. You know, all different countries, all over the world, people coming together to know, like, this is the time for us to rise up. This is the time for us to honor the callings that are on our hearts, even to get clear about them. You know, some people know exactly what it is that they want to do, and some people know that they want more. They know that they want to do something else. They know that they want to change. They want to impact the world, but they're not quite sure how. So this is for all of us, right? Whether you have that path and you want to get clearer, this is for how do we decode the obstacles that have gotten in our way? How do we, rise up, right? How do we let our legends free, right? And I asked a question on my page today, whether you want to be a famous person or you want to know a famous person, like finding that pathway, right? Finding the pathway that's going to light up your soul. Right? So join me. I'll throw a link in the comments. Shoot me a message if you want to be a part of it. It's totally free. I'm going to be giving away prizes. So it's going to be a fun way to enhance your energy, help you grow closer to yourself, all the good things. So join me. I'll put a link and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, bye now.